I'm going to make another Commander with standard build. This time I'm going to do selection 1 Kroxa, and it's going to be in Ragdoll's colors, blue, black. I was planning to upload a bunch of videos on Ikoria. I sat down and I went through all of Ikoria, not the Commander decks, just Ikoria, and have all the PowerPoint done. Had, I think it was 8 PowerPoint decks, lots of detail, read through all of standard, all of Theros, which I haven't given it proper credit or play. And then my computer cannot record PowerPoint anymore the way that I used to. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But either way, I'm very much up to speed with Ikoria based on the information that's been released, the cards themselves. And I'll be playing it in an arena very soon. So meanwhile, here is Kroxa. Of course, I learned a lot more about Escape by looking more through the cards. Learned a lot about Devotion looking more through the cards. I did not really play a lot of Theros. I guess I'll make it up later. So here we go. So Kroxa, when it comes in, you can't really play it. You play it and it goes into your graveyard, and then you escape it for 4. Effectively, the escape clause is a variable reanimation spell. I mean, you're just reanimating for a variable cost, which a 4 is pretty aggressively costed, so that's good. But you got to get rid of 5 other cards from your graveyard. Of course, we understand well. We just went out for a walk. I have allergies. We understand why Delve was so broken, because Delve was escape minus it was a free casting escape spell. No wonder it was so broken. It was great, of course. So escape is kind of its fixed cousin, and whatever mechanic is fixed, it provides for accurate gameplay that nobody wants to play, but that's how it happens. So here we go, Escape, Kroxa, one of the cards that I pulled during my brief pre-pandemic road trip. And so let's go through the creatures from the lowest to the highest. What am I trying to do in this deck? I'm causing discard with Kroxa, and if not, the person pays 3 life. But while I'm at it, I can do the good things that red and black does. I can be aggressive with creatures. I can hit my opponent's creatures. I can make my opponent discard. I can do the usual things, and of course ping my opponent with red cards. I'm going to do all that. Now, when I went through the selection, I guess because I've played a lot of black and not as much red, it's just my traditional play. It's usually a lot of black decks, a lot of green decks, and not that often do I focus on red. That's my flaw as a player. So I think the selection is about 60% black. So I will try to prefer red just to make sure I don't end up with an unbalanced build. I would like to go as close to 50-50 as I can. All right. And of course, my technology is going down, man. I got to get me a new laptop. I got to get me a new camera. I was going to mention, because maybe some of you never notice it, but if I do this and you look around here, you'll see I've got a line in this camera that is kind of it combines with the other line and makes the wording really small. If I do this, you'll know what I'm talking about. And there's another line up here somewhere. So I think what I want to do is get me another camera, and then this will be my second camera for when I get started in my long drawn dream of actually filming myself and my son playing Commander, which I would love to do someday. Maybe that opportunity will come. So anyways, let's look through our 1-drops and pick the things that we really like. We are going for 60 creatures. 40 creatures, 20 non-creatures, 40 creatures. So, and if we end up with 42 creatures, I'll be fine with that too. This is not an instants and sorceries build. If I put in artifacts, it'll be because I want mana rocks. So let's rock. Okay. Lifelink Haste. I love this guy. Yeah, I always have to pick him. I don't. Yeah. Death Touch. Of course, because I cannot do the PowerPoint, I'll talk about Ikoria. It's very interesting how Mutate works. Do you put Mutate on a creature that's already have Death Touch? What's the point of having a big Death Touch critter? I think Mutate on Death Touch is not such a great idea. I mean, it doesn't really matter how big this critter is if it's got Death Touch. So little things like that. I really like Mutate. I think Mutate may end up being just a Johnny mechanic that is not that great. It doesn't really matter. I want to have fun deck building. And that has been the problem with Theros so far, in my opinion. Okay, so I don't think. Now I'm on graveyard themes, and I wanna use my graveyard, but this guy's a little weak. Well, is he 1/1/2? Yeah, I'm trying to be picky the first pass. Deals combat damage to a player. Each player puts. I'm not really on graveyard. There's a lot of really good graveyard interaction between Theros and Ikoria. As a matter of fact, I believe Ikoria is going to make Theros playable, whereas Theros before Ikoria, I didn't find it to be that exciting. Now there's more going on in the graveyard. This is going to be a great card to include in all those Ikoria builds. I love this guy. I always want him. Yeah. Deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, I like that. It's on theme. This is good. I mean, all these goblins are pretty good. Like creatures with defender. Yeah, I like the pinging critters. Not sure that I'm gonna go for a mass in this build. I'm gonna pass on it for now. This is just a straight up something you can boost. Yeah. And you can return it from the graveyard. I love this guy. Yeah, he's great. He's great. And this guy too. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. Death Touch. Yeah, fantastic critter. So yeah, I think those are the ones that made it. Then let's go to the 2-drops. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all staying safe. Looks like we're on the other side of the death curve for the pandemic in the number of people who have perished, which is tragic and it's terrible and sad. So I hope our country does well or better, or I don't know what the words are. I ordered my second Theros Fat Pack. I ordered it from New York City. I love New York. I would like to support New York card houses during this pandemic. So I think when I get around to my Ikoria box, I'll probably make sure it comes from a New York State or New York City house. I'm gonna try that. So of course it's in quarantine in my house. I haven't cracked the Fat Pack. I'll crack it probably next week. By which time, if there is any virus in that packaging, I'm sure it'll be dead. And I'm gonna do it very carefully. I'm not gonna crack it on screen. I'm gonna crack the Fat Pack off screen and wash my hands. Then take out the packs from inside the box, leave the box out there, and then only crack the packs in here. But I can't wait. I love the cardboard of the Theros Fat Pack. It must be a Japanese print. This guy is great. Love it. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. I'm not on green. I'm not mulching, and I'm not doing a lot of reanimation. I'm not going to try that in this deck. This is just a beat-faced deck because it's got red. I am going to have a minor devotion sub-theme. There is a time when I will take my Theros 1 and my Theros 2 cards, put them all together, and make a bunch of 2-color devotion decks. I actually went through all of Ikoria and all of Standard, and yes, I think a Commander 2-color guild decks are fun. I'm not sure if the word is viable. They don't use Ikoria at all. It would be from Theros back. And I should have done that if I got in a box of Theros. But I didn't. I'll get it someday. But yeah, this guy is in. Nope. Nice, but I'm not. I don't need the rats in this build. good, but I'm not, well, it's got really good devotion. And I want to have a devotion as a minor theme. Yep, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not on blue-red. I'm not going to do this. Destroy target artifact, otherwise a 2/1. Very interesting artwork. Deals 2 damage to any target. That's okay, and I am going to try a little devotion just for fun. Deals 1 damage to any target when it dies. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Each player draws a card and loses 1 life. I do not like that at all. If I do that in a deck, I have to have a third color where I'm busting my opponent after they draw cards, and I just won't let them play them. I would do this in a Grixis build with a lot of blue hate. Oh, I'm sorry, I put it in the wrong pile. Yeah. See, yeah. Yep. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. And of course, I've been yakking too much, so I'm not going to make it through all the creatures in this first video. Whenever you sack a permanent, this guy gets +2/+0. I like that. 2, sacrifice another creature or enchantment, and this guy gains first strike. I have no idea why I would ever do that, but I can do it anytime, so it's kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I'll keep it. It deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker when it dies. Yeah, I like that. The whole when it dies business is really good in this deck. And sacking it and it deals damage. Yeah, I like that too. I am gonna sack stuff and then try to reanimate it. Not too heavy. I'm not all in 1 or 2 things. I'm kind of in 3 or 4 themes in this build. Yeah, I'm gonna use this guy. Sack a creature, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It doesn't help me in combat. I'm gonna say no. Gets +2/+0 with a 3, but he's low already, even though he's got menace. No. And I'm not gonna go for a mass in this build. So there we go. I think I have enough time. Well, I think I'm gonna cut it here and continue the creatures in the next video. I'm taking my time and yakking because I've got a lot of other things going on around this build.